Welcome back to the Relius Reviews. Today's review is focused on 2021's movie entitled Yakuza Princess. And the official synopsis of Yakuza Princess is: the heiress to half of the Yakuza crime syndicate forges an uneasy alliance with an enigmatic stranger who believes an ancient sword bends their two fates. She must unleash war against the other half of the syndicate who wants her dead. And before I give up my review, please like and subscribe and comment and tell me what I should review next. And when it comes to this movie is not that bad. And here is my review. I would say the first thing that I enjoyed about this movie were the characters. Masumi, singer, actress, plays Akemi, who is an orphan about to turn 21. Her life is turned upside down when a couple of gangsters, Yakuza members, is coming after her for unknown reasons. And I felt like Masumi, she was really interesting as a character. You find out more about her background in the very beginning of the movie, and you already know that her background and what she has endured in her life has already been awful by many sorts. And in this movie, she is just a savage, bad A killer, bad A princess, like the title. Like, whenever somebody was coming after her, she shut that down real quick within an instant. Like, I felt like Masumi was a really good actress, and I really did enjoy her character as Akemi. Jonathan Mayers as Shiro. Now, his backstory is unknown, but when you first meet him, you're already interested as in who this character is, because the way he is introduced, you already have a lot of questions like, how did he end up here? Like, what did he do? Like, why is this sword this important to him and everything? And I felt like this character, he was an interesting character as well. And him and Akemi on screen together, it seemed like an interesting duo. Whenever they were in danger, sometimes they were able to get away from it by either killing or just doing anything that would protect themselves. I felt like Toshiro Ehara as Takahashi, he was an interesting character, and he was like the type of character that you do not want to mess with, as he is connected and everything, as he knows people and he's like a higher up person. Another thing that I enjoyed about this movie would probably have to be the cinematography, the action. I felt like the cinematography in this movie was pretty good, as the color scheme for many of the scenes were really nice, well done. The dark setting, the violent gore that it provides, like, I felt like the cinematography and the color scheme was all done really well. Another thing that I thought this movie did well on was the action scenes, the choreography. I felt like many of the action scenes, and when it came to the violence as well, it was done pretty well, with many people becoming newspapers here and there, getting their heads cut off, getting shot in the face, or just losing their body parts by crazy ways with swords. I felt like the action, the choreography when it came to many of the fights were really well done. Now, when it comes to some of the things that I did not like about this movie, I would say some of the things that I did not enjoy about this movie, first and foremost, was that I felt like this movie could have been a lot more than what it was. Like, this movie did have some oomph to it, but I felt like this movie did not have like enough oomph to it, if you know what I mean. Like, there were some things that I thought in this movie, I thought they would have went a little bit harder, but unfortunately they do not. And I'm not mad about it, but at the same time, I wish this movie just had like more to it. Another thing that I did not enjoy about this movie was that sometimes it was a little bit confusing if you did not pay attention. Like, this movie was one of those type of movies where you have to like pay attention to understand what's going on. And in some of the scenes, sometimes it was a little bit confusing, or else it just did not make sense when it came to like certain things. And with how the movie ended and everything, I think it did open up the door for a potential sequel. And I would say a sequel, it wouldn't be bad. There have been many movies that did not deserve a sequel but got one. So what's wrong with this movie? Nothing really. But despite the small negatives that I had about this movie was not that bad to watch. It had good violence, some good scenes, cinematography was on point, actors were cool in my opinion, and how I would rate Yakuza Princess out of 5 stars. I would probably give Yakuza Princess maybe 2.5 stars out of 5. So I would say thank you for watching, and until next time, everybody, goodbye.